Hi all, welcome to my channel DevOps. Whoever watching, please subscribe this channel and also like the video. If you have any doubts or if you have any feedbacks, please do comment in the comment section. So what we are doing today is we are talking about IDP. IDP is nothing but internal developer platform. So what exactly IDP and what exactly is platform engineer? So whoever are working in DevOps, okay, so this is completely a transformation, or you can say like a course which moves from DevOps to platform engineering. So we'll talk a lot, okay, so this have multiple sessions. So it's very exciting that I'm starting this course, and also we are going to build a great real production grade platform in the coming sessions. So what exactly we are going to do, how exactly we are going to do, I'll talk about that. So right now this is the first session whatever I'm doing on IDP. Okay, so that is internal developer platform course. Okay, so this we can call it as platform engineering masterclass. Completely we'll be talking or discussing about platform engineering. So how many sessions, I cannot give you the number of sessions like how many we are going to do, but there will be good amount of sessions, like it might be 40-50 sessions. Okay, so it is completely like moving from DevOps to platform engineering. So we'll be doing completely on a real time based, like we'll go till production grade platform, not just a demo. Okay, so what exactly we are going to do, we'll be using something called Backstage, tools like Backstage, then we'll use Crossplane, and we'll use Argo CD and Kubernetes. Okay, so most of the organizations right now moving to the platform engineering, and if you see the companies like Spotify, Mercedes, Fidelity, they have already have their internal IDPs, and also there are a lot of organizations within service based organizations also you see people are working on this platform engineering. So why this matters, actually, like whatever we are talking, why this matters, because we'll take an example of an organization. Okay, like it might be in multiple organizations what we are seeing right now in the companies which is already existing. So for example, a developer who is joining in the team, what he does, so whenever he goes into the organization, so whenever he's on the day one, they need to go and set up their environment, right? That is the first thing we'll be doing. So how they're going to do this? Generally in every organization, they will ask them to go and check in wiki, okay, or any of the documentation wikis, whatever the organizations are using. Okay, so they will ask you to go and check that. It might be outdated, right? Because for example, if they are spending 3 days for checking down what exactly the knowledge base is, right, then they need to go and deploy. But what happens is deployment process will be different for every service. So whatever, like whenever we are working in the organization, every service will have a different deployment process. Some teams will use Helm charts, some teams will use raw manifest, someone will use custom bash scripts, someone will use GitOps, right? There will be a lot of things, lot of different deployment processes. But whenever we are going into the organization, for example, a developer going into the organization, he might not find that documentation updated. It might be, for example, some of the organizations are using custom bash scripts or custom Python scripts that might be 2 years old or 3 years old. Nobody knows like how it works, right? It might be very old scripts which are running, and a new developer going into the organization, a new developer joining in that team doesn't know what to do, right? Because the documentation will be very old. Like it sounds very familiar, like whenever we are going into the organization, it will be very much chaos. So that's exactly what IDP solves. So whenever we are talking about internal developer platforms, whatever the issue what we have said right now, that is where this comes into the picture. So IDP is not just a infra automation. Okay, so we are not just talking about infra automation, right? This is a product where it has users like your developers. So whoever are users in the IDP, they are your developers, right? It will have an interface. Interface is nothing but it will have a portal, right? And also it will have something called SLAs, like golden path templates. You can call it as GPTs. Okay, this is not chat GPT. This is something very different. Your golden paths. Okay, so nothing but like where you're actually work on, nothing but like whenever I go into this golden path, whenever I run this golden path, it should work every time, right? We'll discuss about golden paths like if you are not aware of it, but this is how it will be. So this is why IDPs are very much matters. And what we are going to do today, okay, so we'll be talking about something that might be very non-technical. Okay, so whatever we are talking about today, it might be very non-technical, but going forward we'll be discussing a lot on hands-on, like Crossplane, when we are discussing about Argo CD, when we are discussing about Backstage, Kubernetes. Okay, so we'll do lots of hands-on. So we are doing something which might feel soft compared to what we are going to do in the coming sessions. So honestly, like what we are going to do is like we'll be planning something. We are going to define a clear platform mission. Okay, so I'll explain like what exactly we are going to do. We are going to define a clear platform mission. What do you mean by platform mission? Like who we serve, right? Whom we are going to serve and what we are solving. What we are solving. These two are very important, right? Like whenever we are going forward, we'll define a clear platform mission, like who we are going to serve and what pain we are solving. And also we'll do a proper current state assessment. What do you mean by that? Nothing but we are documenting where things are broken. This is very important. Right? Then we'll draft an IDP capability map. What do you mean by IDP capability map? So we'll build across completely. Whenever we are talking about IDP, the tools whatever we have discussed, Backstage, Crossplane, or Kubernetes, and Argo CD. Okay, so we'll be doing completely across this course. We'll be discussing about these capabilities. And also we'll produce some real artifacts. Okay, so we'll also produce some real artifacts and we'll document that in idp-vision.md file. Okay, so I'll just create this file. I'll show you like how we are going to create this document, right? Now, so we have designed, or we have a clear plan right now. So what we are going to define? We are going to define a platform mission. We are going to do a current state assessment. Then we'll draft a IDP capability plan. Then we'll produce an artifact, right? So now let me switch to my VS Code. Okay, so this is my VS Code and I'll open my terminal here. Okay, so this is my terminal. I'll go with bash. Okay, you can work on PowerShell also, like if you are very much comfortable, but I am very much comfortable with bash, so I am switching to the bash shell. So this is my terminal. So I have got the course repository. I'll open my course repository. Okay, so and I'll show you my readme.md file as well, so that we'll go through what exactly we are going to do in this session. Okay, so this is my readme file. If you see, like this is our first session, so I have marked it as day 00. So if you see, these are the definitions of IDP, platform engineering versus DevOps, golden path, control planes in the course what we are going to use. So we are going to use Backstage, Argo CD, Crossplane and Kubernetes because these are the golden standard of CNCF. You will be having a lot of tools in the ecosystem, but we'll be using these tools where these are CNCF open source gold standard. So that is the reason why we have picked this. And also you can go and check the links. I have given the official documentation links. You can go and read them here if you want to go and check on the definitions. So the first thing what we are going to do is, or you guys are going to do is, create a working notes file for this section that you can go and create something like mkdir-p artifacts. So you already, I'll give you this complete GitHub. So you will be creating your own sections. I don't mind like what section names you give, but here we'll be creating something called artifacts. So why we are giving artifacts? We have already discussed, like I've already told you, that we are going to define platform mission, current state assessment, IDP capability map, right? These are the three things that we are going to do. So in the artifacts, go and create a section called current state assessment, right? But why we need current state assessment? I've already told you that we are going to create a baseline assessment, right? So if you notice, I'll go here. So right now if you see, we have created current state assessment .md. If you go into the artifacts section 0, we have current state assessment, right? So what exactly we are defining here? Notice that the real world metrics is what we are putting in here. So we are not making up numbers. So we are documenting the real release cycles, right? So if you see what we are doing here, so release frequency or release cycles, we are making it as 7 to 10 days. And if you see the bootstrapping a service, nothing but if you want to bootstrap a new service, so we are saying that it will take 14 days. It might be because of lot of tickets that we raise in your incident management. On your incident manager, it might be ServiceNow, Remedy, Jira, whatever it might be. So if you don't document this pain, or if you don't document this right now, you won't be able to prove the value of your platform, right? Because what exactly we are facing right now, what are the pain points we are facing right now, that is what we are documenting. Or this is a real documentation. This is not something we are making up. This is the real documentation that we will be assessing what exactly is working today and how we are going to improve this. We'll be comparing that when we are ready with our platform, nothing but when we are ready with our IDPs. And also let's look and let's open the file which is idp-vision.md. Okay, so if you see here, so these are the problem statements. Okay, so engineering velocity is stalling. It currently takes 14 days and 5 tickets to provision a service. So this is the reality at most of the organizations, right? And if you look at our 90-day plan, right, if you see in the last line, right, this is the 90-day plan, nothing but we are not trying to boil the complete ocean. So we are targeting 1 lighthouse team and 2 specific software templates. So that is how you successfully roll out a platform. Okay, so we are not going to change everything at once. And also if you see, this is our IDP vision. So target outcomes: reduce day 0 service scaffolding from 14 days to 15 minutes via self-service, standardize 100% of new deployments on the golden path with built-in DevOps scanning or DevSecOps scanning. Then platform users, 250 back-end engineers or 50 front-end engineers and 20 QA automation engineers. Like this is the vision what we are going to do in the coming sessions. Or think of a real scenario. Okay, so you are working in an organization, you have some real pain points and you want to move, you want to make things possible, right? So problem statement we have already seen. So engineering velocity is stalling. It currently takes 14 days and 5 ServiceNow tickets to provision a standard Node.js microservice with a Postgres database. Developers are copying, pasting outdated CI/CD pipelines, leading to inconsistent security postures across the fleet. Okay, it's very tough to read everything. Okay, so but I'm giving you complete meaning. You guys can go and read it in later point. But we are clearly making a vision that how we can make things easy, simple, right? So this MD artifact is your North Star, nothing but like commit this to your Git repository. Whenever someone asks why you are spending time building this platform or Backstage, you point them to this document saying that, see, this is what the vision, what we are trying to do. So we want to solve a lot of problems. That is the reason why we are spending our time to build the Backstage, or you can say build the IDP, right? So let's quickly wrap up what we have accomplished today. Okay, so we have a mission statement, we have a current state assessment, right, which is honest about the problems we are solving. Remember, like whatever we have in the current state assessment, this is an honest document of my organization which is going through right now. So what problems we are going to solve, that is what we have defined. So we have a capability map which gives us a roadmap, and we have our first deliverable IDP vision committed to our repository, right? This is the roadmap that we are going to deliver. And now from day one we are going to get hands-on. So we'll bootstrap our entire local environment, like we'll use Docker, we'll create a Kubernetes cluster with Kind, we'll use Helm, we'll use Ingress. Okay, so everything you need to run a full platform lab on your machine. So from next session you will feel great to see a cluster come up, and for the first time you will be doing a hands-on. So this is what the mission we are going to achieve in this session, or in this course I would say, or in, like, if you are into the real world imagination, definitely like whatever the problem or the pain statements we have today, we'll be resolving everything using IDP. Thanks for watching this session. If you like this session, and if you have any doubts, if you have any feedbacks, any comments, comment in the comment section. And I want you guys to subscribe. If you want more videos, if you want me to continue on these sessions, I want you guys to subscribe so that I will complete this course within a month. Thank you and have a great day.